And welcome back to the second part of this tutorial. If you noticed earlier on, when I run the game, you hear a sound, a losing sound there. Okay, what I should have done is, you see the audio source I was meant, you see where it says play on awake, uncheck that. Go to the loser one, play on awake, make sure it's unchecked as well. So you run it and let's see what's going to happen next. There, no sound anymore. Now let's go back into our hierarchy here. Right in here, I'm going to select the hierarchy. I need UI. Look at it, UI. And go right down. You see where we have legacy. Click on text. There we go. That would be my winning text. So let's just call that. Oh, okay. This will be for the counter, the one that will count how many collectibles we have. Let's give it a name here. Call it count text. And I'm also going to change the text font size. I'm going to make that 24, and I will then get it center. You see where we have a line, center, and hit on center there. Then the color, let's change the color to something we can see. So maybe yellowish red, something like that. Yeah, that's fine. And close that. So I need to create another one that I will call winning text. So right click on that and click on duplicate, change the name of these to win text, and come right down here and just change this one to win as well. Okay, that is fine. You can change the color of the winner. You can change that to maybe blue. All right, that is fine. Close that. Okay, this is how the both texts are looking, but let's get them arranged properly. Get rid of this. And you see here where we have 2D, click on 2D. And if you zoom out a little bit, what you will see, you should be able to see the text. Now, grab hold of the move tools here, drag the win text, move it right up there. That is fine, something like that, so that should do. And let's get it centered as well. You see where we have rect transform, click on that and make sure I align it to the right. Okay, up right there. I don't want it to stretch, so I'll just leave it like that. Then the second one, which is the counter, move the counter up there as well. And I can get it centered. Click on that and just get it to the. Let's see how that's going to look like on my. Okay, that is the count there. The win should be there as well. Let's see if I move it in, and I just want to see how it's going to look like. Look at the win. All right, let's move that. Okay, that is fine now. So get rid of the 2D. And let me go back into my scene there. Double click on the player amateur. There we go. Now I'm going to go back to the hierarchy there. Click on the hierarchy, and I'm going to create an empty game object. So this empty game object, in there we have my collectibles. Okay, collectibles there. All right, game object collectibles. Now right click on the game object collectibles, select 3D object. Let's add a cube. You have one cube here, and this very cube, I'm going to change the rotation to 45 by 45 by 45. There we go. And this very cube, I just changed it, the name to collectible. And I'm also going to create what is known as tag. Come in here, drop that down, click on add, and I'm going to click on plus collect and just click on save. Okay, now select my collectibles and I'm going to tag it up with collect. That is it right there. Very good. Next thing I'm going to do to this very cube that I call collect, I'm going to add box collider that comes with it, a default box collider comes with it. But you see where it says is trigger, make sure that is checked. I will also add an object here, and that is going to be rigid body. There we go. Okay, box collider for the cube, make sure this trigger is checked. Add a rigid body, and on that very rigid body, see where we have use gravity. I'm going to uncheck that. Rigid body, use gravity, unchecked. That is good. Now I'm going to do one more thing. Let's add a line of code just to make it spin around. So I'm going to come in here inside my script folder, right click, create script, and let's select, and I'll just call that rotator. Now double click on rotator to open it up, and now inside the rotator here, I'm going to get rid of all of this, and here let's say transform, and that is going to be, let's say, new vector 3. Accept that. The new vector 3, that is going to be, let's use the following argument for it: 15 by 30 by 45, and I'm now going to multiply that by time dots delta time. So accept that. There we go. Save that. And I'm going to just go back to Unity here, and let's get it to compile. Now select the rotator and drop it on the cube. There we go, and that's it. The rotator is now on the cube. So let me run it. I expect this cube to be rotating. Check that out. All right, that is fine. So that's going to be the item I expect this guy to collect. So let's add, for this cube, I'm going to just drag these collectibles and convert it to a prefab. I can then paste it anywhere I want. So the drag drop. So once you hit on it or run into it, it should automatically get it counted as a win. So let's see. We have all of the cubes there, so the whole idea is for him to walk into them, click, okay, like that, and just get a win. Repeat the same thing. All right, that is good. Now we need to do one thing. All of these cubes, they should officially be in here. You can add as many cubes as you want, and I'm also going to create some other cubes that will be those other cubes that I will add. Those will be the cube that should not be collected at all. So I'm going to right click, and let's go to 3D, select, grab all of the cylinder. There we go. Just paste the cylinder there. And for this, as for the cylinder, I'm going to add, let's add something to it. Maybe, first of all, we give it a name. You can just say collect me not. Do that again. Collect me not. Okay, and let's create a tag for it, and click, and let's call it NoCollect. NoCollect not. Save. There we go. Alright, we have CollectMeNot and NoCollectMe. I also need to add rigid body to that, so make sure it's selected. Come right down here, add a rigid body and get rid of use gravity. I think it officially has its own collider here, so maybe we should just let me use this. If it doesn't, yeah, I'm going to try this capsule collider. Let's make sure it's checked. Alright, that is done. Next thing we need to do, I'm going to have to put together another lines of code. So let's right click here inside my scripts folder and let's select mono and let's just call that player controller. Gonna be player controller. And first and foremost, I'm going to import the following library. Come right down here, paste .ui. That will enable my text to work. Without that, the text will not work. So that is done. The next one is going to be Unity UI dot scene manager. Without the scene manager, you will not be able to move from one level to the other. Okay, so make sure that those two libraries are in place. Next, right here, I'm going to create the following variables. So I'm going to say public. That will be for the text. Copy. Let's paste that in there. Get rid of the so public text, and that is going to be count text. That's one. I also need another one for the win text. So I can all just put a comma. The next one is going to be win text. There we go. Alright. Now another one is going to be for my audio. So public audio source. And that will be winner, comma, loser. Okay, for winning sound and for losing sound. Right, so next, let's create private. Let's say private rigid body. So that's going to be private integer count. So that will count how many times we actually collide on an object. Okay, now that that is done, when the system starts, I want the following to happen. So let's say count, we assign the value of 0 to it. At the initial stage is nothing. Then we say win. My win text up here, yeah, nothing should be displayed on the win text when this system is okay. Let's say win text dot text, that will be equals nothing as well. There we go. Those two are taken care of. Now we need to use a function that is known as onTrigger enter. Okay, so here I'm just, instead of update, I'm going to say onTrigger enter, and that is going to be, let's say, objects collider orders. Yeah, that's correct. And that is going to be the following. So if the object that you collide on, if object dot game objects, so if other game objects Right, yeah, so that's a set active dot set active, and that very game object is called. Now we need to make sure the right I'm calling the right name. So let's go into my editor here. Now look at the name. Can you see that? Collect. So I'm going to use that officially. It must be official. And the other one is, oh, the other one is not attached even. Let's attach the other one. No, collect me not. All right. So let's go back in here to our code. Let's see code. Yeah. So the name is collect. The first one is known as collect. Okay. Now, if it is collected, we now want the game object set active will be false. So we just grab all of this. Active, that becomes false. Okay, in that case, counter is going to be plus equals 1. Count plus 1. So let's correct this. This shouldn't be set active. That should be dot compare tag. Yeah, it should be comparing the tag. Sorry about that. Okay, now in that case, we now want it to add to that, and at the same time I also want this winning sound, this very sound. So winner dot play. Okay, there we go. All right, the first one is taken care of. Else if, might as well just copy this. Else if it is the object that is called no collect me not, no collect me not. Okay, no collect me not. Okay, it must be the right spelling and so on, else there will be an issue. Okay, no collect me not. In that case, that means this will be false, but the count I want it to delete. Subtract 1 and play the losing sound. Copy, paste that right here. There we go. Now, the last part of it, we need to be able to tell the system to tell us if we are winning or not. So I'm going to come right underneath here. Let's say void. And we call this set count text. Set count text. In this case, the set count text, which is right up here, this one, we want it to display something for us there. And we just say dot text. That is going to be equals, where we can say count column. So here we add the amount of text that we have in there, but it has to be converted into a string. So count dot to string. There we go. So that will display whatever we have in there. So I'm now going to use an if statement. If count is greater than and equals to, let's just go for 3. 3. If it's greater than equals 3, and I want the winning text to display something for me. So this one here, win text dot text, and that will be equals you wins. Okay, or you win. There we go. Once this is done, we also want the system to automatically go to the next stage. So in that case, this is where we have to now use the scene manager, this one here. So it says scene manager. So paste that right underneath here. Scene manager dot load scene, and this is scene manager dot get active scene here. And that active scene, we might as well just say, you can add a 0, but I think it's much better by saying the build index. The build index is much better. It's a +1. Okay, because it's in index, so +1, just add 1 to it, that's fine. Alright, that is fine, guys. I think I finished. So let me show you guys the code. Take it from the top. Get rid of this. Let's bring it down. I'm going to save it. Now, before I do anything, I'm going to have to call this my sets count text. I'm going to call that in here. Come right here, just call that. See, that's why it's grayed out, because the function wasn't used by anybody. I'm also going to call it inside the stats. So go here, call it in there as well. And my startup function, call it right in there as well. There. Okay. Function is called here. It is called here. If it's not called, you will not see any message that says you win or you lose. Save that. And let's go back to our development environment. So minimize this. There we go. Now, let's add this very player counter. I'm going to add it to the player amateur. Bring it down, drag it, drop it right in there. Alright, so we have these 4 variables. It's asking me what goes in here. This is for the text, count text. The count text is right in here. Grab hold of that, drop it in there. The win text message there. Then the audio source wins here. Loser sound there. Okay. Now let's try it. Or before that, I can always add more than one of these. Yeah. Let's convert it to prefab as well. Drop it in here and just drag as many in there as well, so to cause more problem for whoever is playing. If you click on any of that, you should lose a point. So let's run it and see how that's going to work, or how it's going to play out. There we go. Now let's try it out. You see, you have just lost a point. Okay, let's see if we can win a point. Let's go to the next one there. Very good. You are C1 down. 2. And let's see. 3. There we go. And that takes you to the next level. Okay, I believe you guys understand the whole idea. So you can always just add more cubes here on this very level and take it from there. Okay, so one more thing that I just want to do is see my camera. I need it to be a little bit further away, so let's just move it back a little bit. And those cubes, select it all and just drag them close to the buildings. These guys as well, the invalid cubes, They'll drag them nearer. So with that, guys, I'm going to call it the end of this collectibles FPS tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed, and please do subscribe to my channel, and you can also join to become a channel. You all have a nice day now, and bye for now.